Bracket the Yahawah, bracket the Yahawashi. Bracket the Yahawah, bracket the Yahawashi. Bracket the Yahawah, bracket the Yahawashi. Bahasham, Rawcha, Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, the great Muslim who teach you and rule well, who taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the Akim, the fellow laborers, the hopeful light, pushing this truth at risk of their own lives throughout the four corners of the earth. To the Aqua, listen and learning. Shalom. It's your brother Shimon from the Pillars of Benjamin camp here in Toronto. The quick lesson, quick edification. Just wanted to touch on this quick, And through the spirit and power of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, the title of this lesson, the Most High does these things, right? The good and the bad. All right, and we see these images. By now we all know Hurricane Ida blowing through the Gulf states, Louisiana, right? Prayers up for the brothers down there, the Akim. Prayers up, right? The Most High will cover his elect, right? We have no fear of these things, right? Sirach 39, right? Because it's the Most High, ultimately, who's in control of these things. He signed off on it. He ordained it. Sirach 39, verse 28, and it reads, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, right? These spirits, these death angels, these spirits, they're created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, right? The Most High Yahawashi created these spirits. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force, right? In the time of their destruction. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force, right? These spirits created by the Heavenly Father. And appease the wrath of him that made them, right? They please the Most High. Once they get the green light from Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, they pour out their force, and it pleases the Most High Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Fire and hail and famine and death, right? These are instruments of destruction. These are instruments of judgment that the Heavenly Father uses. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction, right? And America the Great, Babylon the Great, is a wicked place, right? And the Most High is pouring out his judgment. Verse 31, they shall rejoice in his commandment, right? These spirits that he created for vengeance, they rejoice when they get the green light, man. And they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time has come, they shall not transgress his word, right? They're gonna pour it out, man. They're gonna do it. Thus saith the scriptures. Doesn't it say in Psalms 103, right? Right. As soon as the Most High Yahawashi gives these spirits the green light, they go, man. Psalms 103, verse 20, it reads, bless the Lord, all caps, Yahawah, ye his angels that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of his word. Right. These angels, these death angels, they hearken, they go. When the Most High gives them the green light, they go. Right? And all these things we see happening, these judgments going forth, man. Things are ramping up. The Most High is not playing. Right? Tobit, chapter 13. These are the works of the Most High Bahasham Yahawashi. The good and the bad. Tobit, chapter 13. Verse 2. And it reads, For he doth scourge and hath mercy. Right. Scourge means to beat. Right? The Most High does these things. Scourge and hath mercy. He leadeth down to hell. Hell is a condition. And bringeth up. Salak. and bringeth up again. Here's the point. Neither is there any that can avoid his hand. Right. Once the Most High signs off on judgment, there's nobody, nothing, any can avoid his hand. Psalm 78. Verse 47, and it reads, He destroyed their vines, and this is ancient Egypt. The judgments that passed on ancient Egypt, right? During the deliverance via the hand of Moses, right? He destroyed their vines with hail, right? The Most High Yahawashi wiped out the Egyptian vines, man. And their sycamore trees with frost, right? We saw these images, trees toppled over on top of trucks, right? In the ancient times during the deliverance from Egypt, he destroyed their sycamore trees with frost, man. He gave up their cattle also to the hail, right? Wiped out their cattle with hail. And their flocks to hot thunderbolts, right? Lightning bolts, man. Took out their flocks, their agriculture. Ancient Egypt was decimated, man. Systematically. It was piece by piece. Exactly what we see going on right now with America the Great, Babylon the Great. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath and indignation and trouble. Here's the point. By sending evil angels among them, right? The left side spirits answer to Yahawashi. And when he gives them the green light, they go. Right? It says right here, let's read it again. He casts upon them the fierceness of his anger, right? The Most High's anger. Wrath and indignation, righteous anger. And trouble by sending evil angels among them. You read this to Wacky Tacky, he runs, man. He has nothing to say. Right? You read this to Wacky Tacky, he runs. Let's close out. Deuteronomy 32. Just wanted to touch on it quick, you know. Right? Esau's language, these weather phenomena. It's the Most High at work, man. These are his instruments of judgment. Deuteronomy 32, verse 39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. Right? Yahawashi stands alone, man. He's the top of top. Everything goes through him. Nothing happens without him, without the Most High Yahawashi signing off on it, man. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Right? The Most High kills. He makes alive. He wounds and he heals. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Right? And once he says it's go time, green light, judgment, nobody can deliver from his hand. And these are just judgments going forth, man, on Babylon the Great, America the Great. I pray edified. I don't want to stay prayed up, prayed out ceasing. Kwame Asherala, Wa, Abad, Baba.